Hi, thank you for joining our podcast. I'm Danny from Repipe1. I'm the founder and owner of Repipe1, repipe1.com, 866 Repipe1. I have a special guest, Erika from GoodLeap, and she's here from financing as far as teaching us a little bit about financing in the construction world. And I would like to introduce you. Hi, Erika. Could you tell us a little bit about yourself and about GoodLeap and what do you guys have to offer?
Yeah, let's do this. It's going to be such a fun conversation. Thank you, Danny, for having me. My name's Erika Leonor. I am based out of Salt Lake City, Utah area. Beautiful right now for the fall. Lots of, orange and yellow and red colors. It's stunning, and it only lasts for about 3 weeks, and then we get all the snow. So that's Utah for you. I've been with GoodLeap for over 3 years now, and I've absolutely loved my experience in working with such a great company, such a great team of A players. I could go on and on about some of the people that I work with that are just stellar, stellar people working to help contractors and homeowners have a great experience with financing. On the personal side of things, if you're watching, you probably see my background here. I like to collect swords from the Lord of the Rings, so my entire background is weapons. So nobody get scared. It's just my little collection. But my favorite thing in the world is being a mom. I'm about to have my second little girl, and I have a 4-year-old girl. And yeah, life is just really good. And so we'll talk about all things financing. GoodLeap is the number one financing lender, home improvement, and we've been in mortgage and solar. And I'm just excited to dive deeper into some of the things that can help your listeners today.
Absolutely, absolutely. Congratulations on the kids. I have a fifth kid coming.
Wow.
Next week is going to be my fifth kid, and I also have a grandson too. I don't look like a grandfather, but I am. So there it
So
is.
you're
There
gonna
it
have
is.
a fifth kid and then a grandson as well. So
I
they're
have a
gonna play.
grandson. The grandson is going to be older than my son. Going to be. So it's kind of like I don't know. I don't know how that works. I guess it's like a movie star status, you know?
Right? They're gonna grow up like cousins though, so it's all right. That's gonna be so much fun. So congratulations as
Thank
well.
you, thank you, thank you. Let's dig into interest rates and also behavior of people with interest rates. I know the Federal Reserve has been lowering the interest rates the past couple of months, and we want to know your take on the behavior of the consumer in the construction financing business. What is their behavior when the rates are changing? Could you fill us in on this? Also, we offer a 0% finance offer to them. Could you also explain to us that offer as well in the GoodLeap world? Could you educate us on this?
Yeah, so a couple of things with interest rates. And one thing that we can absolutely always be sure about is everything is always going to change, right?
Right.
Everything's going to go up and down and all around. And that's one thing we can count on is that things will change. So from a contractor perspective, you've probably seen like interest rates have gone up and being able to offer those rates. I've seen some contractors over the years get a little bit nervous of like, oh my goodness, our homeowner is going to accept this interest rate for this home improvement project that we're trying to do. From the homeowner perspective, whether they're super financing savvy or not, the higher the interest rate, of course, the more turnoff it is to take the loan. However, when it comes to home improvement, if I need a new water heater, which guess what? Broke about 3 weeks ago. And I was on a trip and I come home and my husband's like, "Oh, sorry, honey, I forgot to tell you that we don't have any hot water." And I was like, "You mean it's 10:30 p.m. and I have to take a cold shower?" And I was like, "When am I going to get a new water heater?" And we have the 4-year-old and she had like a quick little cold sponge bath and all those things. And it was like, well, I personally am like, maybe call me a princess, but I want to have hot water when I shower and do my dishes and all those things. So for me, I would act on getting a hot water heater, right? A water heater for my home and knowing that I might have to take out a loan for it, right?
Right.
It's just not something I'm not going to have. Same thing with HVAC, same thing with roofing, same thing with windows. Like a lot of times, people are not just going to try to go without those conveniences. And so, financing, sometimes even if you see higher, lower interest rates, different loan options, guaranteed they're always going to change. One thing that is not going to change is the fact that I'm still going to need something, and I want to work with a great contractor who can help make what I need affordable. And so if I can have an affordability with monthly payments, even if the interest rate is a couple points higher, if I can still afford it, that's going to be a great thing. And I can still get what I need and be comfortable and have that convenience in my home. So that's really what I'm seeing with interest rates is it is what it is right now, knowing with anything it can go up, it can go down, but home improvement, when I need upgrades in my home, I want to make things affordable, and that's what financing does.
Unexpected. People have unexpected expenses, and it's just a burden on them to get like a water heater or a repipe out of nowhere. So it's a convenient tool. And my next question was, why are people financing? And there's the obvious answer. People are financing instead of paying cash or check or credit card because they have that 0% option for 6 months, and you guys offer that to them, and it makes it easier for them, and it's unexpected, so they want to spend the money on something that's not not unexpected, on something that's expected as opposed to unexpected. So we appreciate that 0% offer you guys offer, and people are jumping towards GoodLeap a lot, and they're always asking for the financing, and it makes it more convenient to pay, especially when it's a big ticket item like a repipe or a water heater change out where it just
Yeah.
pops out of nowhere. People don't expect to spend, I don't know, $10,000, $15,000 on a repipe, but when you guys come in handy, it helps out our clients. I appreciate that. Another question. What are the most common home improvement companies, or not companies, industries that are asking for financing?
Yeah.
The plumbing, electrical, HVAC, roofing. What do you see is more as far as which industry is coming more towards GoodLeap?
Yeah, that's a really good question. And I'm going to speak from my personal experience a little bit on this is, my background is specifically in HVAC, plumbing, and electric, and that's where I've worked for years. And of course, now with GoodLeap, I've learned different trades, learned more about roofing, learned more about, landscaping and all of these different home improvement things. But specifically for me, when I work in HVAC, plumbing, and electric, those are the type of conferences and trade shows and opportunities that I have had to learn and to meet contractors out there the most. And I've definitely seen this particular industry of HVAC, plumbing, and electric super grow, like out shooting out of the roof of people understanding and having the ability to talk about financing with other contractors, because there are places like conferences and trade shows where contractors can go and talk and learn and attend sessions and have those opportunities to get trained. And so in those three particular industries, I've absolutely seen financing just blow up for sure because people are talking about it. But financing and what GoodLeap finances in home improvement, there are lots of other areas to focus on, windows, garage doors, siding, insulation, that I personally haven't gone to or seen a lot of those type of conferences around, which just means that industry maybe not has seen the opportunity to finance their type of projects as much. And so, what can be really helpful, regardless of the trade that a contractor is in, is first off, pay attention to homeowners asking you for low monthly payment options. And a lot of times contractors feel like, oh, well, I have to be the one that finances it. I need to be the one that creates the payment plan, and I'll spread this out over 3 months. And some contractors do that, they take the risk themselves. But knowing that, hey, if I have a lot of customers asking me for monthly payment options, that there are a lot of places out there like GoodLeap who can help with that, right? That can offer my customers low monthly payments. And so I definitely see it expanding more and more into other industries as they grow and people start talking about it, and as contractors start to network and want to create opportunities for those types of conversations and to have solutions for their homeowners.
Got it. Got it. I mean, most homeowners don't like the F word, the finance word. Yeah, they say, hey, you know what? We don't like the F word because we like to pay everything cash. What kind of solutions to make it more flexible for our clients to say we want to go with the F word, the finance word, because people don't like a cloud of financing and debt, what is it going to be easier for us to give them flexible solutions to move forward on this? Because nobody wants to, have banknotes and make payments. And
Yeah.
most of these people own these houses outright. How do we get them to do that? What is your opinion on this?
Yeah. I think a lot of it can come into the context of credit cards and financing as well. A lot of times people treat credit cards, and in my opinion, I've seen so many people treat credit cards like, well, this is my own money, right? This is the money
Ah,
that I have to spend. And then they rack up lots of monthly bills and your interest rate. I mean, how much is a credit card interest rate right now? And
like
so,
22%, 23%. I
yeah,
want to be I want to be a credit card company. I want to lend out money to people for 20%. That's a great business to be in, you know?
right? Like, yeah, they're raking in the interest rate. And so, but people treat credit cards like it's my money.
Not
Um, that I've seen a lot, and I've seen a lot of friends as well just kind of rack up a lot of debt, and their credit scores get a little shot with that, and then they're just paying monthly payments on the interest rate. And so treating credit card money like your own money, I think, can be kind of detrimental to, anything in general. But understanding, like, when you take out a loan, it has this mindset of, oh, this is not my money, I'm borrowing this money. And a
right.
lot of times, loans, the interest rate on these home improvement loans are half or less than what a credit card interest
All
rate
right.
could be.
You
And
guys
so,
have
just
better
kind of,
rates.
yeah, it's the rates are way better. So, kind of shifting that mindset a little bit of, I don't need to live in fear of taking out a loan versus putting something on my credit card. Sure, the ideal thing is I could just pay cash for it all, right? Like, let me write a check, let me just hand you $100 bills. That would be great. That's not the reality for so many people. And so just treating them as in the mindset of, credit cards, it's not really my money either.
Right.
And a loan is not really my money. So,
Of course.
what am I more likely to pay off sooner? And typically people do that with loans that I have seen.
I mean, we leverage the GoodLeap because we give them the 0% option. So now they don't have to worry about making a interest payment for a certain amount of time, but they do have to make a principal payment for that time period. But principal is always good to pay down. Nobody wants to pay the interest. So we use that as a leverage. Um, there's a lot of changes in the regulatory financing right now with the government and different things. How is GoodLeap dealing with that? I mean, how do you guys leverage the volatility of all this stuff that's going on right now as far as regulatory interest rate changes? You guys are very flexible, and I see that. How do you guys handle the volatile changes going on?
I will say we have an amazing team of people. We've just got great people that are, working in legal stuff and working with government and working with different organizations that are trying to build up. There's Hardy, there's ACA specifically for HVAC, really working to make sure that, contractors and everyone can be in alignment with all of the things going on with regulatory. And so we just really have a great team. And, I'm not going to speak to all the legal stuff or anything like that. I'm a trainer. I can talk somebody's ear off. I'll make friends with the rock kind of thing. And I'll let the legal people, do the regulatory. But I do know that we have a great company of people who, the goal that we have is to be contractor friendly, be homeowner friendly, really work with government and whatever we can do to make things as great as possible, regardless of what's happening in the economy going up and down.
Got it. Yeah, we've been very happy working with you guys. I would like the viewers to know how to reach you or to reach GoodLeap in case they want to do any financing or they have any questions beyond what we could service at Repipe One. How could they reach you? Is there a website, a phone number? How do they reach you directly? Is there some way to do that? So this way our listeners could contact you guys because they want to know more information about your company.
Yeah, absolutely. So if you are a contractor and you want to be able to have financing as an option for your homeowners, you can definitely reach out to me personally. You can jump online and fill out a quick little intake form, and we can have one of our team members reach out to you. But we'd more than happy to talk to you about what it looks like to, use GoodLeap financing as your option for your homeowners. And if you are a homeowner, I can provide some resources here in the show notes for you of seeing how you can use our GoodLeap homeowner app to pay bills and different things like that. It's getting to the point where technology, as we see, makes things very convenient for people, and being able to have some kind of technology to help with loans or home improvement and upgrades, and learning what's around out there as a homeowner. GoodLeap has some great resources for that as well. So I'm happy to put those in those show notes for you.
Okay. Is there a phone number, website, and also we need a social media? Could you say that to the audience so they could hear that in case they want to contact you immediately right when they see this video?
Yeah, sure, absolutely. So you can find me if you're a contractor and you're on LinkedIn, you can just look up Erika Leonor on LinkedIn, send me a quick message. I'm pretty active on that social media there. From there, social media is I am connected to GoodLeap on there as well. So if you wanted to reach out to GoodLeap personally, goodleap.com is a great resource. One of the things that's really cool about GoodLeap as well is not only do we have financing opportunities for contractors. We have payment options. So if you're wanting to, have some opportunities to collect payments via credit card or e-check, or, maybe Bitcoin one day, I don't know. We
Yeah.
have some cool things going on there. And then also with, all these different ways to contact us, find us on our website, but knowing that we also have a big humanitarian spirit as well. If you go to our website, you'll see that we work with a lot of people internationally as well to get clean water and have solar water farms. The organization is called GivePower. Mr. Beast, if people have heard of Mr. Beast, is involved in some of that with us. And so we have just a lot of efforts that we're doing to help in many different ways with homeowners and contractors and giving back.
Is Mr. Beast that guy, that buff guy on the internet with the long hair? Is that Mr. Beast, or I got my internet people mixed?
So Mr. Beast, he's the guy that he will make those YouTube videos where he'll bring celebrities in and make them touch an airplane and say the last person standing touching this airplane gets the airplane.
Oh
And
wow.
so he like does all these crazy type of things, and he's just become a
Wow.
really big sensation and has a really, really big following on YouTube of, you
Gotcha.
know, everyone starts off small, but it's really cool to see what he's evolved into. And so doing some of that humanitarian work and partnering with Mr. Beast on some of those solar water farms and getting the word out there to really like provide clean water for everybody. In plumbing, like this, like we don't have clean water, what happens to our country, right?
Uh,
Like
it's
plumbing is what
for
sustains us
essential
in the
service.
United States. And so, without that and realizing that a lot of people don't have clean water and plumbing and just, my personal, like I want my hot water kind of thing, a lot of people don't have that. And so, we're working with some great organizations and countries to provide solar water farms and clean water.
Appreciate your time. Thank you for coming. It's an honor to have Good Leap with us and a lot of education that came out from now, and they could reach you too if they have to ask you questions, both the contractor and the homeowner who want to get financing. I appreciate your time. Thank you very much for joining our podcast. I'm Danny from Repipe1, repipe1.com, 866 Repipe1. Thank you very much, and I appreciate your time, Erica.
Thank you, Danny. It's been a pleasure. We'll talk to you everyone soon.
Thank you very much.